We're starting off high.
We can get a two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot.
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
No, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a fool page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live at Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
trust a human to raise back wolves.
before I would trust a human to raise a wolf.
Right. I hear you. Yo, what up, fools? Welcome to Do Fools Agree, episode 33. I am your host, Michael Reggie, as always, here with my main man, Cliff Jennings. Cliff, how you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm doing all right. It's a 3-day weekend?
Right.
I'll take that motherfucker.
No doubt. Nah, and we're going in live a little late tonight, but I mean, honestly, if we can keep going at 10:15, 10:30, I think that works. Even so, it's all a matter on whether or not the game gets delayed or that can fuck things up for us. But outside of that,
but nowadays they delay it for a few raindrops, so you never know.
You're not wrong. But we got the dub tonight, so I got a little victory drink. Drink thanks to our friends over at Echo Spirits Distillery over there. Actually, the win was over Grandview, which is where Echo is. I should have stopped there and picked up another bottle while I was over there.
Right. Listen, well, I don't have the Echo this evening.
What you got going?
But I'll take a shot to your victory.
There we go. I appreciate it. I do have something to share though. So it was a good game.
Uh-oh.
It was a good game.
Was that bad news? That sounds like bad news delivery.
It has to do with the game, so it's all right. So we won 22-14.
Mm-hmm.
Good score, right? It's a good defensive battle.
8 points.
Right. And they are driving. So I will tell you, in the last 10 seconds of the game, it was 16-14. And they were driving the field, or trying to drive the field. The officials were really helping them out, and your boy decided to call the officials on it. And your boy,
oh shit, you got kicked out.
I didn't get kicked out, but I got lit up for for unsportsmanlike. And I tell you what, man,
you need them every now and then.
It was such bullshit. Like they threw the flag on me, and I didn't even fucking swear at them. Like all I said was we got popped with a defensive offsides. And right. I yelled across the field. I'm like, their entire left side of the offensive line is moving. That is bull. Not even bullshit. That is bull. And this fucking tiny little black dude on the officiating court throws the flag on me. I'm like,
that was the only thing you said,
I will end you. Like, I was ready to whoop his ass after the game.
That's the only thing you said, too?
That's it. That was it.
Yeah. That didn't even that was
like if I'm gonna get a personal foul, I'm gonna fucking earn it, dude.
Right. You didn't throw nothing?
No, not a damn thing. Was not on the field, was on the sideline, in the box, like just yelled, that's bull, and he threw a fucking flag on me, the fucking coward. I tell you what, man, the officials tried to take the game away from us at the end. It was some bullshit. Now we ended what ended up happening was we ended up picking off a ball in the last 10 seconds and returning it for a touchdown, which is why the score ended up 22-14. But
Right.
God damn, man, it was a good game. That was a fun game. It was one of the more fun games I've been a part of in a while. So
it's always fun when you can win a game fighting uphill.
Absolutely. When you battle in the zebras too, which
Listen.
I mean, let's face it. I don't want us to get on the race tangent as much tonight. I think we got some good topics that'll keep us away from it. But officiating is the next fucking thing right behind the police. Officiating is the thing we need to fix right behind the police, especially in Ohio.
You know what? From that standpoint of playing in the inner city and playing against schools from the outskirts, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
I do know exactly what you're talking about.
No doubt.
But I mean, that's
it's minuscule. This is obviously somewhat in jest.
I mean, it's very minuscule. But I mean, I'm just saying that
it's the same vibe. Like
but that's everywhere. Fuck the officiating.
Right.
Let's after we handle the police, let's get to the HRs and the people in companies that do that shit.
You're right. You
know what I mean?
I just thought it was funny. It was the thought that came to my face which is funny because it's the same thing that I've told players before. I'm like, you treat officials like the police. You nod your head, say yes, sir, and you walk the fuck away.
Right.
Because nothing good comes from it.
Motherfuckers think people come to see them.
But it was the black dude that threw the flag on me.
That's just like that black police officer.
I guarantee
Every time
you.
I get pulled over and the police officer's black, I'm
You're
like,
oh, shit.
Fuck. God damn it.
You know you're fucked when the dude, when
especially if it's a white dude with him.
Right.
Now, if it's two black dudes, then that's cool.
Police showing out for the white cop.
But if it's black dude, white cop too, man, get prepared to get hands put on you.
Yeah, right. No doubt. Damn. But it was a good game. My D-line played well.
That's what's up. What's up.
At the end of the day, that's all I really care about. I'm glad to get the win, but I'm more happy when my D-line plays well. So
Right. Right. Hey.
So what about you? You got any inadvertent thoughts to get us going this week?
I do got inadvertent thought. I have an inadvertent.
Let's hear it. What you got?
So I was on World Star and I saw there's a Korean spy cam epidemic. You haven't heard of this?
No. What do you mean?
So there's the South Korean spy cam epidemic where motherfuckers is sneaking cameras into hotel rooms, bathrooms, inside of toilets and shit. And like they'll secretly record motherfuckers pissing or having sex, and then they'll sell the footage online.
Right.
And so it was like a mini documentary they had on World Star. It was probably like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
And it had this chick, this European chick that was going into like the hotels that were like known for like sex, basically, like the cheaper hotels. Yeah. And she would go
the
in
ones
with, like,
the hourly rates.
Now it could, no. I think they did say something about that as well. Mm-hmm. But she went in with like a team that set up to find like camera equipment, and they did this game where like they had her check the room and see how many she could find, and then they would check the room and get the rest of them, and they found 36 cameras in one hotel room.
What the fuck you need 36 angles for?
That's what I'm saying, man. And I guarantee you, out of 36 angles, there's only about 20 usable ones.
Right.
The rest are like, oh shit, you don't want that angle. That's not sellable footage right there. Cover up the teddy bear cam. That one's not angled right.
That one's not gonna get you the view you want.
Right. But I mean,
it's just of his asshole.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking too. But what I'm saying is, how far away are we before having to like log into a VPN just to get intimate with our significant other.
I mean, depending where you're at, you might already be in.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
that's
what?
some...
No, you know what it'll be is you'll basically have you'll end up having devices like an EMP. You'll have something that has like a jamming frequency that'll keep cameras from being able to pick it up or audio. Like that's how you start to protect against that kind of stuff. Is you've got to have the anti or the jamming version of whatever the technology is. And the problem is that you're right. You're always gonna. It's always a cat and mouse game. We talk about that in IT security all the time. Like InfoSec is, you've always got to evolve because the hackers are. Like,
I mean, I don't necessarily have an issue. You feel what I'm saying? I have worked in front of an audience before, but I don't want you selling my footage, motherfucker. If anybody's gonna profit off this shit,
so
if anybody's gonna profit.
So next week you can join Cliff on his OnlyFans account.
Listen, I've been hearing some things. If I knew how to kick it off, I could use some spy cam footage.
Right. Man, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny that was your inadvertent thought, because my inadvertent thought was confusing video titles on porn sites. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, she takes it in the ass and licks it clean. Like, is she licking her own ass clean, or?
Oh no!
Just shit like that. Like, sometimes there are some misleading titles. Right. Like, is that possible? I don't know. No, that's not possible, is it? I don't know.
Is there a secret guest? Is there a guest coming in? Does the cameraman get involved? What's going on?
Right. No. How do you get up that close? I don't understand. Oh, man. I'm trying to think if I had anything else. I've got a little bit of one, and it turned into a social media post that turned into a good debate. And so I posted something to the effect of, I don't want to hear people calling Rittenhouse, the dude that shot 2 protesters, a vigilante. He's not Batman. He's fucking our own, version of ISIS. And it led into a gun debate conversation with a former, with a fellow alumni from my high school. And it actually was a really good, really civil conversation. And we came to
most should be.
Right. No, and we got to a point where it was just a agree to disagree kind of situation. Basically, we got to the point having a conversation about that. Because my whole point was, that's domestic terrorism. That's not... You're not a vigilante. You're a terrorist at that point. You're not protecting your own. You're not protecting your own property, your own family, your own blah blah blah. You are going into a situation with the intent to stir shit up. And you are not backed by the military. What you are doing is illegal in and of itself. And I think where we got into our debate was it illegal? And we agreed not to really argue about that because the kid's 17, but I don't know Wisconsin law, so maybe a 17-year-old can carry an AR-15. I don't know. And then so it came down to, what defines a terrorist. And I basically said that if you are using violence or the threat of violence for political gain or to sway someone to your views, and you are performing an illegal act to do so, that by definition makes you a terrorist. Because that's the book definition of a terrorist. Someone who acts unlawfully to threaten with violence or physical harm in order or for political gain. Right. And he and I got into it. Was actually a really good conversation, and we basically got to the point where he's like, where his point was he was defending others, and I'm like, I don't see it that way. He was going to start shit. And you're right. At the end of the day, it's what his mindset was. I just happen to think that if you're sitting front row at a Trump rally, you're probably a little racist.
Well, regardless of, it goes back to what I said last week.
Yeah.
When you have the police officers
dapping them up.
I mean, beyond that are asking, certain people for help outside the law, then basically, I mean, you're inviting people to do shit like that. So that makes, in my opinion, that makes you complicit in that act, which, in my opinion, makes you a part of a gang more so than a protective organization.
Agreed, and I think you're saying gang, and I'm saying terrorism, and I think it's the same thing. Like,
well, see, I don't care about the Rittenhouses.
I hear you,
because the Rittenhouses can get shot back.
Right.
But when we're dealing with a police system, overall police system that feels that way, that's the issue.
Right.
Fuck the Rittenhouses. Fuck them, because everybody. Let's be honest. I mean, he's not the only one with a gun. You know what I mean?
No.
And don't get me wrong. I could understand the situation if it took place in your hometown.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that for me was more the defining factor there. Like, if he felt like he was actually defending his property, his family.
That's understandable.
That's else.
Even if you're misconstrued about what those protesters are doing or what they're standing for,
Agreed.
I can understand that. But the fact that you drove across state lines, you had time to think about what you were doing.
Right.
You have no ownership in anything over there.
And that ended up being my sticking point with this particular guy, was that had that been in defense of his own home or defense of his own property, I'm not going to argue with it.
Right.
The fact that he crossed state lines to go get involved, this goes back, and I'm trying to remember what comedian it was, and I'm sure it's been multiple black comedians, but you know what he needed to drink? A big old glass of mind your damn business.
But listen, I mean, that's if I'm being honest, that's been a lot of white America for a while now.
I don't disagree.
That's what we've made our living off of, minding our damn business. How you think we've survived in this racist ass country this long?
You're right. I don't argue with that.
Listen, the motherfuckers that's getting into shit, are people that don't understand that. So mind your damn business.
Right.
So eventually, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's hope you learn before you alienate yourself from society.
Right. And at the end of the day, I think the big thing for me was it was a good civil conversation. Like, yes, we agreed to disagree, but we actually got to the root of why we disagreed.
Right.
And that was the big thing. And guess what? I didn't attack him. He didn't attack me. I actually called out somebody on my feed for kind of going after him. He's like, because he was like, I won't say who this person was. It was a family member that basically called him out and said, you are not, he said, terrorism doesn't have a color. And I responded back to this person. I said, no. This guy I don't think is racist, because I don't think he would have a problem with Panthers protecting the protesters. And I at least gave him the benefit of the doubt. Truthfully, I don't know whether that's true or not, but I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. And so we got to a root cause conversation without actually, having any major. There was no attacking one another. I kept that out of the feed, and it was a good conversation. I think if we could have more civil conversations about that kind of shit, we'd be in a better place right now. And so that was kind of what the inadvertent thought was that it was good to be able to defend each other's viewpoints and have it not go sideways. Like, you and I get to the point where we scream at each other, and that's okay. That's what we do.
But that's right. What's changed,
Right. So, what about you? You got any other inadvertent thoughts? I know we kind of started off with yours, or do you want to get into some of our main topics for the night?
Nah, I don't really have any others. I have a possible.
You want to go with it, or you want to hold it for if we get
a
lull in the conversation?
Yeah, let's hold it. If it falls in, then it falls in. If not, I'll tweak it and use it next week.
Gotcha. Hey, and then for those that are joining us live, if you can do me a favor, just shoot me a note in the chat. I'm getting a little bit of it looks like our
freezing shit
our connection's a little choppy. So if it's bad, give us let us know in the chat. But I mean, I don't know that there's anything I can do about it. But let us know if it's actually coming through. But with all that, let's go ahead and get into our first main topic for tonight. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Rest in peace,
I
of course.
I don't know that.
No, all that action.
Right, right. Generally speaking, I mean, this one kind of hit me hard. Like, and I get, some people felt that the Kobe thing hit them hard. Chadwick, I think, just because I'm in that geek space, right? But beyond that, I think that Chadwick's pretty much played like every major. I'm not gonna say every. That's bad.
No, I mean you're right.
But
James Brown, Jackie Ryan. He
played a number of them, and I think
right.
that, especially looking at the Marvel Cinematic Universe and what he did with T'Challa and Black Panther, like it is something that you hadn't seen on the screen before. Yeah, you had Blade back in the 90s, but even Blade, and I don't mean I know you won't take this the wrong way. I hope no one else takes it the wrong way. Is even Blade was kind of thuggish, right? Like Blade was like, "I'll kill a motherfucker." It's
not
Wesley
thuggish.
Snipes.
It was
what's the word I'm looking for?
What's the word? Not like satirical.
A caricature, like
kinda. Yeah, there's a better word. I can't find it, but yeah.
I
know exactly what you're saying. It's not anything that should be taken the wrong way,
right?
But I know exactly what you're saying.
So that was really my thought on that. But then you had Black Panther, which was like, I'm sorry, like Wakanda being, and I learned this term, and I learned it when the Black Panther movie came out, and we'll get to, actually maybe we do these two topics back to back, but the Afrofuturism is the term. And it's basically like, if you would acknowledge all of the success that came out of, or not just the success, but like the cultural learnings and the advancement that arrived or derived from Africa.
Right.
And so, like, he brought that to the forefront with that character. And I know that character was not just him. Like, that's a Stan Lee creation, I think, and it has been, it has gone kind of multiple ways, but that character, I think you saw a response nationwide. Like, that was $1 billion movie. I don't know that up until that point you had a black-led movie that was $1 billion movie.
Well, see, that's what white people lack to understand, is that would happen in general if you had black representation.
Agreed.
It doesn't have anything to do, because see, my whole thing was
showed that it proved that point.
My whole thing was agreed, but my whole thing was even more so than it. Even it was so fuck the movie, right? You know what I mean? There was a lot of people that got pulled into that space that had no desire to be there. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess I could fall into that category just for the simple fact that I don't like.
Yeah, you're not a superhero guy.
Shit. And there's a lot of people that don't like superhero shit, but what that movie stood for was maybe the turning point. That movie was possibly what we would hope to be the George Floyd of cinema. So where we've reached an understanding that this should be involved as well. And if so, it can be just as lucrative as everything that you do. And I mean, I've yet to see if that, actually comes to fruition. But what I do see now is your Tyler Perry's getting, not saying that he's making good shit. Lord knows he doesn't make good shit. I'm still waiting for a decent Tyler Perry production. Okay.
I mean, his movies do well. Like, otherwise he wouldn't still be making them.
His movies do well with the people, his niche audience.
Right.
But I'm just saying that what's the point of getting a fucking 500 acre studio if you're only going to make movies wearing a wig? You feel what I'm saying? Like, switch it up.
I'm with you. You can't just do like the Nutty Professor over and over again, right?
Right. And then the don't get me wrong, because I know he has a whole bunch of series that are out as well, but even those are soap opera geared towards women. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing. You got that all that area to do what with?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like what are you doing with it? You don't need. You could have did that in a warehouse.
No doubt.
What you're doing, but I'm straying away. But I'm saying you see your Tyler Perry's and your Jordan Peele's and people of that, nature that are saying, no, this is only what I'm doing.
Right.
This is only what I'm doing because we don't have enough people doing this or supporting this. This is all that I'm doing. So you see it in that sense, but I don't know that we've broke through to mainstream media.
No, I think that's
and
fair.
That was the introduction. That was the highlight reel for Black people. Not saying that we should fucking need one.
No.
But Wakanda, the Black Panther movie was the highlight reel showing the amount of value that there is in just highlighting our culture.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that what it led me to do was try to find like are there more kind of Afrofuturism type stories, and I don't know. Like I think the thing for me with Chadwick is he was one of those actors that basically declared like I'm not gonna play a gangbanger. I'm not gonna play something that's
nothing to set my people back.
Right, exactly. And I think that was one of the things that kind of blew things up. And I think that for him it was. I think that's part of the reason why he had nothing but iconic roles is because he refused to settle for less than that.
Right.
It's funny because I was doing a little bit of research on it, and it was I want to get this quote out there. At the end of Black Panther, when Killmonger is kind of beat and he's dying, and T'Challa's like, "We can save you." Chadwick was actually the one that had Michael B. Jordan say the line, and I think you know which one I'm talking about. Nah, don't save me. Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships because they knew death was better than bondage. Like,
listen,
that is powerful shit.
Listen, I hope a lot of people understand it.
Right.
You know what I mean? To some people, those are just words, and that's what I mean. We've been brainwashed by everything we do nowadays. Everything is so quick, so fast that we have no time anymore to actually study the linguistics. You know what I mean? To actually read people's reactions or expressions. We're just so caught up in our phones and our existence that we don't have time to listen to what it is people are saying.
No, I'm with you. So I guess my question in all of this is, what's a role you wish you'd been able to see him play?
Chadwick.
Yeah, Chadwick. Is there a historical Black figure that he did not get the chance to play that you think would have been a good
question?
One?
That's a good question.
You know, I try every once in a while.
I don't know how he would have fared, but what's the isn't it the dude? And this is just me spitfiring, just because you asked me the question, I don't want to not give you an answer. But what's the dude that what was his name? Was it Robert Smalls?
Refresh my memory.
The slave dude that stole the ship and learned all of the signals of the Confederates.
I think
you're infiltrated the
I think you're right. Yeah. I think you're right. I'm blanking for sure, but
then he ended up teaming with the North to help them win the naval side of the Civil War type shit.
No, that sounds right.
I think that's a very interesting movie there that could have been made that he may have possibly fit the description of. I know he was a heavier set guy, but I don't know how that would have worked, but I feel like he definitely could have captured that essence.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good one. I think I had one or two.
that leads me to another question for you. But
let's finish out this
right.
one. So I had two ones that kind of jumped up to me. One was, and I'm blanking, so I gotta pull it back up. But the would have been great to see him play like Fred Hampton,
I can see
Chicago
that.
Panther. Like
I can see that.
how phenomenal would he have been? And then to
I can
have
see
him
that.
die at the end, like being so charismatic, just leading people, and then dying at the end. Like
I could definitely see that.
So that was one, and then the other one is a split between two people.
Who?
The other
What?
one is either Jesse Owens, because he played Jackie
Ooh,
Robinson, and I don't think we've
then.
had a Jesse Owens movie. Have we had a
Right.
Jesse Owens movie?
No.
Or Tommy Smith for the same reason. Basically, Tommy Smith is the one that gave the Black Power salute at the '68 Olympics, and Jesse for the obviously for the Hitler situation. Like,
Right.
I think he would have been phenomenal as Jesse Owens.
Well, I think that might have arose too many questions.
What do you mean?
Like that whole situation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that's a pivotal point in the whole World War II whole situation. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
and
it is.
I feel like that's one of those things where I feel like that would raise even more questions to go into that the Great Awakening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that people don't want that, so let's hold off on making shit like that.
Yeah.
That's gonna cause people to question. We don't need that right now. So yeah. Now, while I think I agree with you 100%, I don't think the powers that be would have allowed that to take place.
No.
That's one of those movies that would have had to. That's only gonna take place on Tyler Perry's. You know what I mean? You can't make that in big cinema, and you're not using our production facilities.
I mean, but you got 42 with Jackie Robinson, so maybe, I don't know.
That's different though.
Yeah,
that's different.
right,
You feel what I'm
right,
saying? Because
right.
that's just black people trying to break into sports. But we're talking about something even bigger than that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm trying to, yeah. I don't know.
But that's definitely a great, I never even would have went that way. That's
right?
a great.
It was the fact that he played Jackie Robinson that took me down that path. Like, and plus, I don't know that we've ever seen a Jesse Owens movie.
We won't. I'm telling you, we won't. We won't. And if we do, then no, we won't.
I mean, do we have people from, I don't know. We've got to have some Ohio State alumni that are movie makers, right? I mean, Jesse, like, Ohio State's track is named after Jesse Owens.
Right, you're right.
I don't know.
That's a good question, though.
Right? So that was my question. So you said you had one that might be a follow-up. So what do you got?
So I just wanted to know, like,
day, I think the big thing for me.
What you playing? Interviews and shit? Who you interviewing?
That was me. I was trying to see what the hell is going on with our
I know it was you, motherfucker. It ain't two of you over there.
Right. Surprise!
Listen. But my question in reference to that topic would just be, in general, what's your favorite African American cultural movie?
Ooh. Favorite? And you're talking African American cultural, so not just like a black lead, but something that's more
like to shed light on, you know, or to breakthrough type, you know what I mean? The only movies we get. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, the one that kind of spoke to me was The Hate U Give. That was one that's a more recent one.
What's that?
The Hate U Give. So there's go ahead.
But no, what's that? I feel like I know that, but it's not
popping for you. It's a more recent one. I'm trying to think who's in it, because it's a younger cast. Basically, this girl is with her boyfriend. They get pulled over. The boyfriend ends up dead. Who is it? Is it Willow Smith? I'm trying to remember.
For some reason, my phone's not working.
Yeah, the internet's just gone to hell, man. I guess I don't know. We've lost the people on. We've lost the live. It's not us though. It's not our internet. It's a
right.
It's an issue. But I do have Luke in the chat saying, "Fuck it, let's just add everybody to Zoom." You want me to send them the link? See if they
run it.
join?
What are you talking about?
All right, I'll send.
Run the jewels. Killer Mike, run the jewels.
I'm working on it. But anyway, so the Hate You Give was a good one. My guilty pleasure though is fucking what is it? Soul Man.
Oh, you stupid as hell. That doesn't count.
No, I said it didn't count. I just said it was
technicality. It could count.
Right.
But that's more like a walk the line to Johnny Cash's you know what I'm talking about.
I hear you. But
mine is have you seen Talk to Me with Don Cheadle?
No, I don't think so.
You might want to check that one out, because that ain't like a regular, you know what I mean, one of those flicks. And he's like one of the first black radio hosts or something like that.
Okay.
And he like broke his way in to become that. He was an ex prisoner. And like he basically locked himself in the studio and started taking calls and DJing until they gave him a job type shit. It's a beastie ass movie. They got him, Cedric the Entertainer. Who else is in that shit?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add our guest though.
You gotta check that though. That's a good one.
We'll see if he's joining. We'll see. All right, so I don't know if he can hear us yet. If you can, go ahead and unmute. But we got a special guest in the building.
Baby Brock.
You gotta unmute yourself, bruh. We'll see if he joins. All right. I don't know if it's something on his end or here, but you know, we're working on it. Anyways, what else? Anything? Or so you say that title again? I'm sorry.
Talk to Me,
and that's Don Cheadle. You said.
Yep, you gotta check that one out. I guarantee you'll like it.
Okay, I mean I'll check it out.
It took place back in the. Well, I mean it took. There he is. Look, you're on mute.
He's still on mute. You know what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
There you go.
There it is.
Yes.
What's going on?
What's happening?
I don't know what the hell's happening with YouTube.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not the first one with tech problems tonight.
No, absolutely, dude. I mean, I even checked my speed connection. Like I've got a connection that's running at 400 meg right now.
Yeah.
So,
I'm telling you, my Google won't even load up. How am I gonna watch porn later?
Right.
No doubt. I don't know. You know, you just got to
well,
make it work.
The nice thing is you only need the first 30 seconds to download and you'll be good. and that's being Bennett. That's like really nice.
Fools agree.
Yes.
Cheers.
What up?
There's Jazzy Faye.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a party.
It is a party.
So far, so good.
Absolutely.
Congrats on the win tonight, fellas.
Yes.
Yeah,
that brings me to my next point with 15 seconds left in the game.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
There's the guy I know.
I didn't even swear, man.
Did he throw anything?
I didn't throw anything.
Guy
I didn't step on the field. I didn't swear. That was the most bullshit fucking call I've ever seen in my life.
He's like moves us straight in to field goal range. Like, good thing that for one time in Grandview's history
that they did
not have a kicker, and we did.
No, come on, man. You know that was bullshit. You know it was bullshit. That was a bogus call. When have you ever been flagged and not
I can't
sworn?
say what it was or what it isn't, but I know it got called, and we're not letting you live it down. That's what I know.
I mean, that's
Listen.
fine. I'm just saying that if I'm gonna get a fucking flag, I usually fucking earn it.
You better throw something and kick a kid like Coach Evans.
You heard what I said.
No,
Immediately I said you should get another one so that Ron gets fined. I just
so I
wanted
can
Ron
get
to pay
thrown
the
out and
fine.
get the head coach a fine.
So Cliff, if he would have gotten 2 when he got thrown out of the game, so it would have not only thrown Reggie out of the game, it would have thrown the head coach out of the game, and they would have sent Rod a $100 bill.
Oh, you should have Draymond Green that bitch.
Yes.
Get the double tack, sir. Get the double tack.
Yes. Bang bang is what I was looking for.
Right.
I never. In the words of our DC, I never.
How did our local gymnast do tonight?
He was playing
called
quarterback
back on
tonight.
everything.
He got called back on everything.
He did pick 6 at the end of the game.
He did.
Oh,
and
that's
he
who
ran
got it?
That's who got
Yep.
the pick 6 and ran it back.
Okay,
Yep.
then.
I was screaming, "Go down! Just go down! I don't care about your touchdown."
Right.
Fuck it, let him run.
And then he hits the open field, and I'm like, "Go!
Right. Listen. Oh, the good old days.
So, did you just give up on the podcast at this point?
No, I mean we're still going. We're still
on
recording.
audio.
So
Great.
we're good. So you're now part of the Do Fools Agree podcast,
Listen.
Mr. Anderson.
So I'm glad I've held off on some of the things I was going to say.
Don't hold off.
I mean, we've been trying to get you on the show for a month now, so
Listen,
Yeah, that's true.
it's all right. We'll get you how we get you.
right?
So since we're being since there's a lot of things going on in the world, did Reggie tell you who he got banged by? Not like no.
Yeah, no,
flag.
the one fucking
flag.
black guy on the guy.
Yeah.
The one guy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This is why there are no white allies. That's why, right there.
Hey.
I was like, come on, man.
Right. Who are you
No
playing?
love. Come on, man.
Who are you playing?
The one brother on the fucking that's
Right.
such bullshit.
Who are y'all playing now?
We fight the referees. I
Grandview.
actually had a conversation at the end of the game with
You
somebody.
did say that.
I had a conversation with somebody at the end of the game about some of the rules and some of the things. I can't bring his name up because that would probably not be good, but because he's associated with the sport.
Okay.
And my conversation was, it went a couple ways. One, we need more diversity with the referees. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, we are pretty much a city league school.
Right.
And
you're
we
playing...
go and guess where we go next week? Buckeye Valley. Are you kidding me?
Right. Yeah, it's a problem. That's a problem.
Are City League refs any better, though?
I don't care.
No,
I
they're
don't
not.
care.
But there's also no diversity on the City League officiating squad either.
Oh my God, we got to do something. And then I also got into bringing up some points to him that he hadn't heard about the. I'm trying to be cultural. I don't even know how to say it
Culturally
right now.
sensitive.
Right now. And I said, I've been at Whitehall for 5 years now, and this year OHSA put in a new rule that if you get into a fight, you're out now for 2 games. And I asked for the data of the schools and the diversity of those schools of the people that get ejected and who that rule targets.
Right.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Who that rule targets. And then my next question is, if a guy throws a punch because someone drops an N-bomb and he gets thrown out for 2 games, the guy that drops the N-bomb gets a 15-yard penalty.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead ass serious. And I said, you're willing to throw a kid out for 2 games, which is 20%. Well, it depends on how much of the game is left. So the 2 games are suspension. That's 20% of a normal season, plus whatever he gets the regular game. But the kid that drops an M-bomb that instigates the whole thing
doesn't get shit. He
gets a 15-yard penalty. Gets an unsportsmanlike conduct.
He gets what I got tonight.
And his jaw dropped. He's like, I mean, I didn't even think about it. He's like, and we have those numbers. He's like, we didn't pull them. He's like, we're gonna look into this. He's like, this
and you
is
know what?
Serious.
I wouldn't be surprised if coaches didn't tell kids to do that shit.
Oh, you know it.
Because it happens.
You know that's what
it happens more than you know.
No, I know. I've been at Whitehall. This is my 5th year.
Retaliator always gets penalized.
I've had the conversation because I've been a part of the program long enough where I have to fight for my kids because this is ridiculous. And like, I called my father at the end of the game, and he's like, "How do you guys get 6 penalties in a row? How does this even happen?" And I was like,
"Because we're black."
You know what? Right? You know what that is. Whitehall is in a very unique situation.
Yeah.
And it's because, like I said, remember we had that conversation. I said they're on their little island. You know what I mean? Like at one point they were a suburb. At one point.
Right.
But they're no longer that. So you're not going to put them in with the rest of the community around them, but you expect them to get treated the same when they go out to, it doesn't work that way.
No.
It doesn't work that way.
Absolutely
I mean, you know, when we've been to London and you know, they roll up in the back of the end zone with the Confederate flags hanging out the back of their pickup truck like it wasn't nothing. And you know, we have to control our kids, but no one makes.
It's not equitable. It never has been.
What you do is you teach them how to lift that forearm right up under their face mask.
I hear you. Trust me, I am probably one of the dirtiest coaches there are.
Listen, rip that chin strap
the bull rush
off
to the
his
throat,
face. Fuck. But no, Rick my little brother was on the podcast. Remember, he said he got into a fight for that same reason. I was a running back, so I got that almost every other time I got tackled.
And they get a 15-yarder now, and you would have got a 20% of your season dismissed.
Right.
Third now.
Now, yeah, basically,
right,
it's a
third right now.
but remember, you get kicked out of the game you're in. So if you get kicked out in the first quarter for it, you lose that entire game, and then it's
so you basically lose three games
exactly.
at that point, right?
So you're losing 30% of your season. I mean, come on, guys. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
How does that? And not only that, like losing 20% of your season anyway. Like, yes, do I encourage fighting in football? No. Does it happen?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Why,
it's an aggressive sport.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it happen?
I mean, let's face it. I had a DN who had his fucking eye gouged at the bottom of a pile by a private school last week. Like,
let's face it. Reggie and I are ready to. I mean, during a scrimmage, inter-squad scrimmage, we're screaming at each other like we're ready to fight. I mean, and the kids don't want to fight, and they're actually smacking each other.
Right. We're just trying to get things livened up a little bit.
Right.
Luke and I have done that our entire career together, have been talking shit to one another.
To the point where it goes overboard.
You're like Tango and Cash.
It can.
You're a regular Tango and Cash.
I mean, how many times has Jeff had to tell us to chill? How many times has Jeff had to tell us to chill, Luke? It's been
What's that?
I said, how many times has Jeff told us to, like, shut up, both of us, because we were going at each other?
Well, here's the best part. The Lightfoot didn't say a word to you.
No, he did not. The head coach did not say a word.
He just let it go. He was like, I mean, he obviously fools agreed. Allegedly.
Where's my thing, Mike?
You know what? I haven't had the time, but I'll try to get it going. That's my fault.
I need my allegedly.
That's my fault. You should have one of the little kids that's always over at your place fucking record it and just have it on your side.
Listen, I don't mind programming it. Just let me know how, baby.
I love that the shirt's off and he's in full sweat already.
He is. He is.
Oh, listen, I can't.
And he has the towel. When the towel comes out,
I've been
You know what it
drinking a little bit.
When the towel comes out, you know what it means.
Absolutely, yeah. No, especially with, yeah.
And the bad thing is the air conditioner's on.
Right behind his head.
Right. It's not aimed at me though. You know what? Maybe that's what I need to do.
Maybe that's
Here
it.
we go.
Maybe that's it.
Here we go.
Goodness gracious.
we figured we have to step it up a notch over here, and
Let's be smarter than the shit we're using.
Oh man.
All right, where we at?
yeah, where are we at?
So
What about this? What was you about to say, Michael?
No, I was gonna get us back on track the same way
Yeah,
you were
you
about
kick
to.
it off,
So I was either
Captain.
gonna go if Luke had anything he wanted to add on Chadwick Boseman, or if not, we could go ahead and get into Cobra Kai, which I don't know that.
What I will say about
got?
Chadwick Boseman is I found it very commendable that he did all that while in chemo and not let anybody know about it too. But at the same time, I thought like maybe that could have been a financial ploy as well, because who would want you to be Black Panther if we know you're terminally ill?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like if we know we may not have you, I don't know if you're the right pick.
So they've said that he was battling it for 4 years, right? So it wasn't until after they had filmed Black Panther that he had it. Because
Is that right?
Black Panther came out in what, 2018? Because it was right before Infinity War, so it had to have been 18.
But that's still 2 years ago. 3 years ago.
It gets filmed.
Yeah, it had to have filmed 2 years.
Oh, okay. I
to
see
that.
what you're saying.
They were in post production or whatever. So,
but yeah, you definitely don't share that information because then
No.
they, you know.
I think that it was involved in the situation just for the simple fact that regardless of, put it like this, you had to have at least known when you signed that contract. You feel what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you didn't know, you would have at least said something. You know what I mean? Like, you know what, I just got this news. I'm going through this. I don't see it being too serious, but you know what I mean? But if you even had the inclination that I may not make it through this, you're thinking keep your mouth shut and get this bread.
Absolutely.
Get this bag.
Well, and the way that they framed it up was, and the way I've heard people talk about it, and you're right, I don't know his mindset, but the way I've heard it framed up was he just believed so strongly that he was going to beat it.
Does he have any children?
I don't think so. I don't think he was even married until like 2 weeks before he passed. Was what I had heard. Now I don't know that for sure, but that's what I had heard, was that he hadn't he wasn't he didn't really have a family until then.
What he
said
say?
long-term girlfriend. Yeah, he'd been dating a girl for 8 years who wouldn't blow it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Listen,
I didn't name any names. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'll go on the record and say I do not have terminal cancer.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
that's definitely good. That's good to hear.
We are happy to hear that.
But
and terminal cancer gets sucked out of you.
No.
Well, listen, I've been getting treatment for a while now. Is all I'm
But it can make you feel better, right?
You're thinking of snake bites. Totally different thing.
I was way off.
Oh man.
Oh, shit.
Well, all right. So here's the good news: is I think I got us back live. We'll see if it chips back in. And I'll be able to re-upload it, and it'll all look like it's one good show. So that's fine.
Yeah, we're good regardless.
So we were gonna move on, which was either we were gonna talk the Akon City. And so Akon City, maybe that's the right move, just because it's so tied to Black Panther almost, from a real life Wakanda situation. And Cliff, I think it was you, or was it Keem that brought this up like a week or two ago?
Oh, it was me, because I followed.
Right.
I honestly, when I first heard about it, I didn't think he was gonna pull it off. Like, don't get me wrong, I know that Akon has bread and a lot of pull over there.
But he's
But
not. He's not. He doesn't have bread like that. Like the type of money they're saying is like the
He has
government
bread.
gave. The government gave it to him though.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, he got. That's
president
why I
of
said I
Senegal
didn't know if he was
basically
gonna
said,
pull it off.
right.
But no, he has bread. That's one thing that Akon was on every fucking song from 2000 to 2009.
Well, he's like Nate Dogg. He featured on.
He was
fucking
on
everything.
Jeezy. He was on
featured,
any.
Nate
You
Dogg.
name any, and they were all bangers.
They
Everyone,
were. I'll give you that.
He got his bread, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
True.
I didn't expect him to be able to come up
But
with
he
the
didn't have.
backing
But
to
he
get
doesn't
that done.
like. You have to understand. Like Jay-Z isn't a like. If Jay-Z's a billionaire, he's not a like. Not by
But
much.
listen, we're also
Akon-
talking about two different things, because let's be honest here, and not to get too deep into the conversation, African Americans have no dog behind them. See, the way I view the country is every country who has a strong government or embassy has a wolf behind them, some sort of protective animal. Out of everybody in this world, African Americans have no protective animal because the government that we have behind us is killing us.
Right.
So the one thing that's supposed to stand up and bark when we get approached is actually biting us in the back while we're fighting off who's in front.
Yeah.
So when you look at Akon has a backing. He comes from Africa. He's African proud, and they're proud of him being African. So he has a big wolf behind him over there. And that wolf just showed how big it was by donating billions of dollars to have
Well,
him.
yeah, it's the country
make this
itself.
city.
It's the country itself that gave him the money.
Right,
It was
right.
basically the
But Jay-Z
Senegal's-
wouldn't have been able to pull that off.
True.
Drake, what name a big African American star? Wouldn't have been able to pull that off. Wouldn't happen.
So, Luke, do you know what we're talking about here? I know when he brought it up last week, I didn't. So
I'm catching up. I'm trying to fill in right now.
So when
Go
the
ahead.
Wakanda, well, it actually took
said
place
Wakanda?
before the Black Panther movie came out. But when the Black Panther movie came out, Akon was talking about how that Wakanda in the movie was real or could be real, and he could create it. And since then, I mean, he's gotten enough money to where it's in the motion of being created as we speak. In what is it? Not
it's Senegal.
That's what I was about to say. Is
Yeah.
that where it is?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Because that's where he's
okay.
from. Like that's his. Yeah.
Right. But in what people don't understand is since Senegal has taken this approach, there's other places over there that are attempting to fall behind as we speak.
You have a fun night, honey.
Wow.
I wrote,
That's deep.
Right.
So,
Right.
you
So
gotta
he's
think,
talking about
if-
launching like the entire economy of Senegal or of this city is going to be based on like cryptocurrency.
Right.
It is all going to be based on futuristic kind of luxury housing and office spaces, nothing but technology and everything. Like it's
Free healthcare and all that bullshit.
Wow.
And you got to think, if this becomes successful, if he pulls this off in Senegal and other places in Africa fall in line, that puts Africa back on top, Jack.
Yeah.
That puts Africa back on top, Jack. Now, I'm not saying that on top is in, black folks running shit. Not at all. But that puts us on top to where you have to start looking at us as equals. You have to.
right.
Well, I already do.
Nothing else-
That's
Well, we know that, Luke. We know that, Luke. We're not listen, coming from the guy who's arguing about how refs are fucking over inner city kids. We understand that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is a good thing that's happening right now. Hopefully, we don't come into a civil war issue before it happens. You know what I mean? I feel like that's something that could pull everybody together.
I think that was the line that kind of hit me when I was looking through kind of the stuff. Was basically he's like, I want to give African Americans a place to go when shit gets crazy.
A place to what? I'm sorry, you cut out a bit.
I said basically what he said was, I want to give African Americans a place to go if like shit hits the fan here, especially given the current political climate. And I'm like,
Well, nigga, you better be getting some fucking underwater submarines or something. We can't get out via TSA.
Right,
The
right.
fuck? You better be building some fleet ships or something.
Really, y'all want to get on a boat to go back? Is that how this
And
going?
listen, bury me in the ocean with my ancestors,
Ancestors.
motherfucker. It's better than sitting around waiting to die. The fuck?
Oh man, I don't know. So that was all right. So that kind of connected our two, Chadwick Boseman and Akon.
I see where you went. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I had anything else on the Chadwick front in terms of roles I had. Honestly, the only one that I would have liked to have seen him play, and I think it's unfortunate because it's Denzel's fucking, it was his coming out party was to play Malcolm.
You know what? And
I
it's
actually
funny
think
that you
he would have
said that.
played I think he would have played Malcolm better than Denzel.
It's
did.
funny that you said that because when you first presented me with the question, that did pop up in my mind. But no, you can't take Malcolm away from Denzel just
I think that's why I went Fred Hampton.
Yeah,
because there hasn't been a Fred Hampton.
Now Fred Hampton fits a little more than a Malcolm to me when we're
you.
talking Chadwick.
But when you go Denzel, I mean that drops the name. I mean that is
right.
Like when you say Chadwick, I agree, but at the same time, like, does Black Panther put Chadwick where he is, or does? And when you talk about then Denzel, like, when you start talking about selling a movie, I mean,
yeah, right.
No, I'm with you. And honestly, Chadwick hadn't gotten to. I think he had become a household name. Like, I think people knew who he was, but he wasn't Denzel in terms of popularity.
Listen,
and,
you know what's funny? You know what's funny about it?
What do you mean?
I love 42. 42 is my favorite movie he ever did, including Black Panther. But what I will say is when Black Panther came out, it took me probably months to connect that was James Brown,
right.
Jesse, or Jackie Robinson. Even though I had seen those movies, he wasn't so recognizable that I was like, oh, that's dude that played, what I mean?
No,
right.
Black Panther was definitely his defining role.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. So, like, when you're looking at putting on Malcolm, I mean,
right? You want Denzel? He's the draw.
I mean,
you're gonna sell because of that. I mean,
the other one right now is, I mean, Denzel's kind of. I'm not gonna say he's fallen off. I think he's very picky about what he does these days, and he really only does shit he wants to do.
I would say
have to be.
Yeah,
Idris Elba is the other one right now that I think has done a lot in the last couple of years.
But I wouldn't put him on a Chadwick.
See, I would put him on Chadwick's level. I wouldn't put him on Denzel's level.
I feel like Idris plays the same role in every movie.
Does he though? Because I
do. I feel like whether he's a hitman or whether he's raising 3 girls, he always has that little eyebrow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the cool guy in the. Like, it's not, but you're not showing us range.
Would you feel the same way if they had named him as the next Bond? If he basically played, you think that falls into the same thing?
So Chadwick, what's his name? Idris Elba is Will Smith. He's Will Smith. I'll pick wide ranges of movies, but I play the same guy in every movie.
See, I feel that way.
Idris Elba was way cooler than Will Smith.
I
agree, Jeff.
Idris Elba does like rallycross.
I agree, Jeff.
Not to shift gears, but I don't know if you guys saw this. I didn't send this to you, Reg, but did you see that Chappelle was doing shows all week this week and next week?
Doing them regularly.
Wait, are they here?
What's that?
They're not here.
Yeah, they're in Dayton. They're at Yellow Springs.
Well, yeah, no, I knew that. So when COVID first hit,
I feel like he's been doing a lot of shit in Ohio, basically.
So, like, there was one tonight. There's one tomorrow. There's one the next day. They're all week.
So
they were $230 a ticket. You had to buy 2.
Right, Dave Chappelle has a.
Are they indoor venues or outdoor venues?
No, it's outdoor.
It's outdoor at the pavilion.
Okay.
Like a pavilion outside.
It's outdoor.
I almost bought tickets. I was so close, and like, I mean, people like
You
he had like a
shoulda.
whole celeb list that was there,
Right.
like Common.
Well,
You
yeah, because
shoulda.
isn't this his
Kevin
birthday
Hart,
week? Isn't
Toby
that the whole
Nwigwe.
thing?
David Letterman.
Yep.
I mean, it was crazy.
Isn't it his birthday
Louis
week?
CK.
Isn't that what
Tom
all this is
Segura was
about?
out there. He did that show.
Really, really cool.
It was crazy, but I didn't know which way he was going to go with it. Like, is this going to be a polished routine? Is he going to come out for 20 minutes and do his thing, or is this going to be like star-studded and then?
He's charging $230.
If I'd have known about that, I would have been interested because he started doing this in April. It's supposedly at the compound at his house, like his area at his house, and he's flying all these people in. And he has a setup. I didn't know it was open to like the public to where
it was on Ticketmaster. I almost bought tickets last night or 2 nights ago. I almost bought tickets. You had to buy 2 at $230 a piece before fees. You know
Shit. Yeah.
You know how much that is after fees.
Right. You're talking like 600.
Yeah, you're talking 600 all day.
Yeah. Damn.
I was excited. I was like, damn.
I bet that was a thing. I bet that was an event though.
Well, no, and I think the
they're
whole
all
thing,
this week, all next week. I mean,
and it's all around his birthday. Like it's his birthday was last week,
Right,
or this
right.
week, right?
Right. Yeah, I think his birthday's the 24th.
Right. So he's doing like shit leading up to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to shift gears on you guys, but I just
No.
No.
You
You
never
know what?
have to
I might
apologize
actually
for
have to
that.
look into that.
Right.
That's a lot of
We
money.
might have
though,
to do
but-
so. You know, with the new whip, you get I can get Wi-Fi free for 90 days with it.
Oh, is
We
that
might-
right?
We might have to do a live show from the whip from Chappelle.
Listen, I can't say I wouldn't be down.
I mean,
I can't say that.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. We'll have to pop the trunk on
I
that one.
called the fucking location.
Sorry, they're
Oh
getting
shit!
upset.
Somebody about to get their ass whooped.
So that's why
Jeff said, I'm done with the psychological shit, motherfucker.
Hey.
Don't get your ass whooped.
Jeff is convinced that if I went to counseling, the counselor would need counseling after I was done with that.
You know what?
He's probably right.
I think I agree. Fools agree, and I think that's why we get along.
Yeah,
Right
I can
there.
imagine.
That's why we probably get along.
So Luke, what I will say is, after a game, sometime we might have to get to the point where Luke just hosts with you and I just go to bed. Because I would love to see the two of you just go back and forth.
Oh boy, it'd get ugly. That's the thing. I always worry about, like Reg, when if the camera's not on, like my mind is not.
Oh no, I know.
Right.
Yes, that's what everybody in the room's like. This is the most controlled he's ever been.
For our viewers out there, I will tell you this is
That
the
is my
most
guy.
reserved version of
That's
Mr.
my guy.
Mr. Anderson that I've ever seen.
And
So
you should hear the shit that goes down at football camp and some of the shit that comes out of his mouth.
So to put it frank, like I had to recently switch away from iPhone message, like iMessage, to Signal. I had to switch to Signal.
So
which
that
is
people couldn't copy your fucking messages.
Because it's so encrypted that when it's sent, like if someone got a hold of our stuff, like it would just not, you know what I mean? Like, hey, like
should
I
I be doing
it's not
this?
the way I think, but I can laugh at anything, right?
Should I be doing this?
Oh, I mean,
I might need you to teach me what you just did, because I'm telling you right now,
I got
some
you
of
on
the shit that I
Cliff.
send, I
Right.
think about, like, do you want this in writing?
I'm
right
on Signal
now?
too. I can hook
does,
you up there, Cliff.
does this? Do I get incriminated from this?
Man, listen.
If
I'm
somebody
telling you,
read this,
in
would I
10
go
more
to
years,
jail?
in 10 more years, there's gonna be cameras everywhere, and we're gonna need permission just to touch ourselves.
But
We'll be like, hey, I'm about to touch.
Hey,
Is anybody? I'm sorry. I'm about to.
Is there anybody
away.
watching? Is there anybody watching?
I don't want to.
touch
I don't want to
myself
offend
now.
anyone in my own house here.
So my idea was that, and I probably shouldn't put this out there because someone's gonna get rich off it. But my idea was to our group text message system was to take what we have and put it in like a shitter read. So like at the beginning of the chapter, I give some context. I give a little bit of I give a little bit of a background story about like where these text messages come from and what's going on, and then just unleash the text fury.
Right.
And have to use absolute pseudonames because I mean, like when you start out, like instantly I lose my job, I lose everything. I mean, like, you know, I mean, like as anybody does, like, you know, you because the meme world the internet does what the internet does. I mean, you can't hide away from the internet. It's not like I'm creating content. It's that I enjoy content.
Let me tell you why you're a fucking genius. Because every time I see a Facebook post and it's text threads, I immediately want to read
all of it.
Right.
Even if it has nothing to do with what I'm interested in. I'm like, what were they saying to each other?
Think about the airport read you have here. Like, you sell it at the airport, you sell it, you know what I mean? Like, people get that for Christmas, and they, you know, they throw it next to their shitter, and when they're, you know, because think about how much time you spend in there just thumbing through your phone when you could be reading my damn book. And being like, and your jaw on the ground. Like,
I think you're onto something, sir.
This isn't real life.
Not only do I think you're onto something, I got some threads I would contribute.
Right. Like, it could be a collab.
Listen, you'll get one of those from me once a week.
Hey, you already know how I'm doing. Here in the beer bottles. Yeah, okay. I've been thinking about that for a while. Like, that's been on my mind.
That is smart.
And I don't know what it is about text threads. And even if you did a book, it would have to be in that picture format with the bubbles.
Oh, hell yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't even read it. I would have to, like, I'm looking at a text. Like,
yeah.
I'd probably be scrolling the book like this.
Right. The book's tore up.
Right.
Thumbs raw and shit.
Yeah, that's good shit. What
not that I've taken this out way.
No, it's all good.
No. Listen, what did Uncle Dan say? This is ADD, the ADD podcast.
Right.
My brain.
Listen, that's how I get down.
It's my brain because of drugs. I mean, on drugs. I mean,
right. Right. All that. All of it included. Michael, what you?
I'm trying to make sure that messages are popping up because we got some viewers that are back after we restarted the stream.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually impressed that I managed to figure out how to restart the stream without
you're
fucking
better than me because I never clicked back on
without having to fuck up the recording. Like, so the recording has been going the whole time, but the stream has been stopped and started.
Listen.
Hey.
What about this Cobra Kai, Mike?
I mean,
yeah,
all right.
Reg was talking about it tonight. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it? I'm not gonna lie, it can be interesting. It's like I enjoyed it like I enjoyed a car crash.
Nah, you couldn't look away.
Right. Honestly, like I didn't enjoy it, but I couldn't turn it off. When you told me to watch it, and I'm gonna be completely honest here, Mike.
Yeah.
That was what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
No, Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
It was either Monday. Yeah, it was Tuesday, I think.
See, that's how I ate up the Netflix series "Don't Fuck with Cats."
Oh my god.
Okay.
See, I didn't.
I never watched
that
one.
No, I haven't.
Oh my god.
Everybody talks about it.
Highly recommended. The most disturbing thing like I've ever seen.
Okay, I gotta watch it.
And you know it's fucked up if Luke.
I gotta watch it then.
It's 3 episodes on Netflix. It's an hour long. I mean, it's not a binge watch. I mean, it's 3 hours, right? Like, that's not a binge watch. But,
that's perfect for me.
But you will sit and you will. I mean, like, you get nauseous at points. Like,
I gotta watch that.
My stomach got nauseous at points, and I was like, "Ooh, I like this. I can't look away."
Yeah. See, shit like most shit that people recommend to me, I don't know if I'm just a weirdo. I just don't get into it. It's just not enough for me. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so to explain,
real story too, true story.
Right, that's what I heard. So to explain what I'm saying, since you haven't seen it, Luke, Cobra Kai is a mix of Degrassi. You know what Degrassi is? Like that old high school soap opera back in the day.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah.
What? You don't agree with that?
Well, I'm trying to think if I've actually watched Degrassi. So
Listen,
I
got what? I got hella sisters, so Degrassi I know about. It's a high school soap opera about kids that know how to do karate.
So I gotta. All right. So what I have to ask before that is, I hate it. Did you watch Karate Kid growing up? Like, were you a fan of Karate Kid or no?
I thought Daniel San was a prick back in the day.
Okay, so the fact that they
back in the day when Mr. Miyagi was training them, I was like, that prick ass. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't like the blonde head dude either. I didn't like anybody in Karate Kid.
Well, you don't like anybody. That's kind of the theory.
I like Mr. Miyagi, that was it. And I like the tree. Those were the two. The
bonsai tree
on the back of the those are the.
I like the bonsai tree.
Right, the two characters I like, but
the tree's the character now. I love it.
Did you even bother to watch the Jaden Smith one?
Oh, you know what?
I did.
I did like it. I was impressed with Jaden Smith, but I like the original better.
Fools do not agree, but I'm glad you said you liked the original better.
Yeah, you wasn't impressed by Jaden Smith? That was his first movie.
No, it was not.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Right.
But that doesn't count. He didn't have any talking parts.
After Earth with Will.
That was after.
After Earth? I think After Earth was before. It was.
Karate Kid? No,
right?
because he cut his hair in After Earth.
Right.
He had braids in Karate Kid. Yeah, I'm right.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'm right. I love how you look.
No one has ever worn braid extensions before in a movie.
Oh, no, but I'm black. I can tell when they're real or not. This in the Tyler Perry production. You know, he got them fake braids.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Ray just said he would do an entire podcast on Don't Fuck with Cats.
Well, wait. Let me watch it, and we can set that up.
Hey, if you watch it, it's gonna blow your mind.
Well, let me watch it, and we can set that up, Ray.
Yeah.
The first episode was like, all right, and then the second one, you're just like, oh wait,
yeah,
this is unreal.
This is unreal. This is a true story. This is the internet doing the internet things. This is Criminal Mind. Like, it is just a mess. Like, at point, like within the first 10 minutes, your stomach will twist. You're like, they ain't gonna show this shit. Really? They're not about to show this shit. Ooh, and then they pan away, and you're like, oh goddamn, and then they show that shit. But then you're like, you're staring at it.
You wasn't a Faces of Death kid, were you?
No. Listen, trust me. I'm not even gonna go there with that. But it's something else. I'm telling you. I highly recommend it.
I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about it. So
I say both of you watch it and put it somewhere in one of your podcasts just to comment on it.
And we'll get you back to talk about it, or Ray back.
Yeah, your jaw's going to be on the ground.
We're going to have to now.
Your jaw's going to be on the ground, I'm telling you.
I actually think that what we've got going on right now, like having everybody join the podcast after our games on Friday nights, could be phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
It's a surprise guest every week.
Right. Sorry to all of our other regular guests, but y'all are on pause until until the season's over.
I'm sure they're not upset.
I have to hit mute on myself regularly. Like, I have to think of another way to say what I'm going to say.
Listen, Luke, do you hear what I'm saying? The fact that I am the co-host on this podcast and it's live.
I can do it.
I think Mike is actually making me more mature because I'm thinking about. I was typing out an email to my boss's boss today, and I said, "Wait a minute, is that what you want to say?" No, it was what I wanted to say. I thought about it. I said, "Yes, that
How
is."
many
deletes? But the fact that I even thought before I clicked send.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I had to send my boss emailed me something the other day, and my reply was, I deleted 5 emails before
I
this,
sent it to you.
before this email, and that was it. That was all I wrote.
Oh shit! I almost
She goes,
spit that shit
so we need
everywhere.
to talk, and I said yes.
Yes,
And she
yes, we do.
understands.
Yes, we
She's on
do.
the same level. She understands, and she's like, "All right, we need to talk.
I missed something.
We need this shit off the record. We need this shit off the record."
Off the record.
I'm not mad at you.
All right.
You deleted 5 emails.
So I do want to come back to Cobra Kai though. So
Of course.
Okay.
I am I'm a big fan of it. I am a huge Karate Kid fan. It was actually the whole reason that I started doing Taekwondo when I was little. So
You know what?
I did Taekwondo for 10 years, and it was all because of my dad
Give me
and
one-
watching Karate Kid with him.
Give me 1 second, and
You
I'm
did
about to,
Taekwondo?
give me
Dude.
1 second. I'm going to chew you alive.
I was one belt short of being a black belt in Taekwondo.
I don't think I can move past this.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is, like, that was back then. I was athletic back then. I couldn't do this shit now.
Like, do you break boards and shit?
Oh, yeah, no. I broke
Wait,
with all the different kicks and all
We're
that
breaking
shit.
boards?
All that
How many
shit.
boards?
I mean, I think with the level I was at, it was only 2 boards at a time. Like, that
Oh
was
my!
pretty much it.
Do they pre-cut those boards, or are they using like a soft ass wood?
It's a soft-ass wood, at least when I was coming up.
I
mean,
wondered.
No, it's not a bad thing to wonder.
What the?
But so I was a big fan of the movies growing up. I was a big fan of those movies.
You
and
said
I
the
think-
movies, like you like the second and the.
Oh, I
third.
liked the entire trilogy. I liked it all.
Wow.
Wait, wasn't it a quadruple? Wasn't it a female Karate Kid? On the fourth
There
or
was a
something?
next Karate Kid, and again, this goes back to watching it with my father. I can't remember if
Oh,
my dad.
I'm not jabbing at you just
No,
yet.
I'm just saying that
Just yet.
I can't remember if my dad was alive for the 4th one or not.
Okay.
And I think
Now
the fourth,
understand
I
what
think
you're
the 4th
trying to-
one
I get
came
what you're
out. I
saying.
think the 4th one came out after. I can't remember if he.
Yeah, we were older. We were in high school.
Yeah, I
around
think
that
we were.
time.
I think we were either in late grade school or
Eighth
high
grade
school.
or high school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if it were 7th or 8th grade, I wasn't. My dad had passed by that.
Right.
But and it was Hillary Swank, whatever.
But I watched it because of that. I
no
think.
doubt, no doubt. The
I like
but-
the $1 Million Baby.
Exactly. No, and she's actually got a new show coming out on Netflix, which I might check out, and I'll get back to
Really?
this podcast. But the my whole thing with it was, and I've said this line in the past, like, kids today didn't grow up with the Karate Kid, and what I mean by that is, if you grew up with the Karate Kid and you believed like that movie and you believed kind of the shit that went on, you kind of did what you were told without questioning it too much in terms of
Oh,
at
shit.
the end of the day, it was going to make you better at what you wanted to do.
Michael,
You trusted the
Well,
adults
Michael,
on it.
well, understand that me as
That's
an
not also a
African
good thing. That's
American
not
man.
always a good thing. I understand.
Listen, understand that was beat into me without karate. You don't quite
hear
like
you.
we're
I
we're
hear you.
black.
I think
You
guys
don't
had a whole
question.
conversation about this.
Right. You're not wrong. And I'm not arguing that we didn't already have a whole conversation about this. I'm just saying that, like, when you talk about the wax on, wax off, it taught you to, like, trust the process.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
don't
get
think
what
kids
you're saying.
trust the
Well,
process anymore.
listen. There's different. Now, what I will say is this: the reason why I think at a very young age I kind of looked at the Karate Kid kind of condescendingly is because at a very young age I was boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
fair.
And that's a completely different thing. I actually joined karate. I went to 2 classes before I found out we could not strike each other because we were too young. And I said, Mama, I don't want to ever go back again. I didn't even get my white belt.
I hear you.
I thought we were going to be fighting day 1, like boxing. I thought we hopped in the ring and bang day 1.
I hear you.
And when I saw that wasn't the case, I was like, yeah, no, this isn't for me. Then I started doing research. There's a video out. I don't know if anybody's seen it. It's a Russian video of like these top level martial artists against amateur boxers. Ass whooped. And when I
Right.
say ass whooped, I mean every one of them got laid out.
Wait, what do you mean? Like the martial artists or the boxer
Where-
got laid out? Who got laid out?
The every one of the martial artists got
laid
karate does not, it doesn't compute to street fighting. That's
Oh,
why
no,
the only
no.
that's why the only karate MMA champion was Lyoto Machida. Karate
Agreed.
doesn't work in street fighting.
Right. And I think that makes sense. I think for me it was more about it's the trust in the process aspect, but
Well, you get that in boxing too, though.
I think
All
that's
you learn
fair.
is
I've never
jabs and
boxed,
jumping jacks for the first 2 months you go. Jab and a jumping jack.
And like I said, I've never boxed. I've wrestled and I've done taekwondo.
Oh, they want you to quit. That's how the whole point of boxing is to see who's
That's the
gonna
way
quit
wrestling
because
is. Wrestling
don't,
wants you to quit too.
Right. Who's gonna really follow the creed? You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you're not gonna follow, but with that being said, watching Cobra Kai, I want to be a Cobra Kai over a
strike hard, strike fast, no mercy.
Listen, and I'm not saying that was correct. I'm not, but that was way more. That works way more in a street fight than Miyagi's "Let me anticipate." That doesn't work.
Oh no,
doesn't work.
And what I would say is, like, that was the thing that actually spoke to me about Cobra Kai, is that, like, the whole message of Cobra Kai is that don't be a fucking pussy. Like, if you're gonna fight, fight. And I think that's what we need in our fucking country right now.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, you talk jujitsu, right?
Right.
And that's
I was about to tell. Listen, that's why I like Luke. That's why I like Luke, because that's what I was about to say. If I'm gonna get my child, if I'm good, you good? Me and Luke got it. You're good. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Look at it. He's getting the hell out. He's out.
But what I was saying, you took it out of my mouth. If I was gonna put my child in a martial arts, it's gonna be jujitsu or Muay Thai, because most combat situations are hands-on. They're not at a distance. I don't have time for a side kick. I'm holding you off of me. I might need to throw a knee or take you down and choke you out.
Right, like hell yeah. Like you
could also do what Khabib that did, make him wrestle bears.
Make him wrestle bears. Well, the thing
Right.
is, for me, is like, like, I mean, with my size, you know what I want to do. I want to get my hands on you. Like,
Right.
You don't want.
That's the first
like,
thing I'm thinking.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the ground with me. I mean, I'm 300, anywhere from 300 to 330 in a given, depends on if we're in COVID or not. I'm 330 if we're in COVID, and now I'm working my way out. But like, you don't want to catch my weight on you, because
I don't want you to grab me, period.
Right.
And if you do grab me, I better have your neck.
Yeah, you want to stick and move
that I can hold.
Right.
So
Right.
Cliff, does the Irish guy beat Roy Jones in the octagon?
Of course.
So you think he whips Roy Jones in the octagon?
In the octagon, yeah. No, Roy didn't have nothing in the octagon, and I'm gonna tell you why. Roy and this is why it's gonna be bad for him against Mike Tyson. Roy is a reactionary fighter. He's a speed fighter. He's not he's a counter puncher. He's not an aggressive fighter like Mike was. So when you're that old, and I'm just talking from now, I'm not talking back in the day. When you're that old, they say the first thing that goes is speed, reaction time. The last thing that goes is your power. So for somebody like Mike to step in with somebody like Roy, who got knocked out in 2 of his last 3 heavyweight competitions, that's not a good look for somebody like him. So when we're talking about an octagon, where your reaction time is all you have as a boxer, you're not going to fare well against anybody that knows how to take you down and pound you out. I'm not saying you can't win, because any boxer has a puncher's chance, but it's not happening for Roy.
I love pounding it out too.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Don't we all? Taking them down first too. Shit. But Mike, now that you're back, on that Cobra Kai shit, all that was American Ken and Ryu.
Oh yeah. No,
the Mexican kid or the Ecuadorian kid was Ryu, and the white kid was Ken. And it was and you know what? And I'm gonna tell you this: Daniel San didn't want his daughter with a Mexican.
I mean, that's part of it. Yeah, no, you're not
That's
wrong.
definitely what it was. Now, that's just me being me. It wasn't that deep, but yeah, that's definitely what it was. And then the last that I will say,
How far? Wait, I do have a question. How far did you make it in?
I watched them all.
You watched all 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you beat
Damn.
me. I'm only on the first episode of season 2.
Oh, so I don't want to give a spoiler.
No,
but,
Now you gotta fuck him up.
the Mexican dude is Drake from Degrassi.
I hear you, and maybe that's where I'm not. Well, and I don't know that I ever watched Degrassi.
If he
so I don't
comes
fucking
out, if the Mexican dude comes out with a rap CD after this, then I know something's going on here. You hear what I'm saying? You gotta
Well,
watch the end of it.
You know what's funny is that he's actually going to be the first guest of, and you and I have talked about this dude in the past, Christian Harloff, who runs the Schmodown.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually going to be his first guest on his one-on-one
Miguel?
interview show. Yep.
Ooh, I kind of want to watch that. Send me that link when that happens.
When it
'cause
pops, I
probably,
will. I will.
Yeah, because I probably won't look it up.
But I'm impressed you watched both fucking seasons. Like, I haven't even gotten
Listen,
that
I
far.
wouldn't have watched it if you didn't tell me. The only reason why I watched it is because you told me you wanted to talk about it. And
So
I thought
did
you already
you
talked about
like
it.
did you like it then?
Show prep.
I said I liked it like a car crash. Like
Okay.
it was one of those things where, like, okay. So let me be honest with you. There were hella episodes that I turned off, like that I stopped watching. Like I don't want to see this shit anymore. And then after I got bored and was like, well, what else are you gonna watch? International House Hunters?
Right.
Turn this fucking shit back on.
Okay.
So I watched it and I ended up getting through it. And
I think our kicker could have a rap CD.
I could tell
Jesus,
you,
you think Jesus could have a rap CD?
is he paralyzed?
No, but he
Nope.
has a bullet in him.
Right.
Okay, well, that's a start. We'll call you 15 Cent.
15. We'll call him.
We'll call you
Quarter.
Kinsey Cent.
I'm calling him 20-yard line because he keeps pounding the end zone.
That's true. That's true.
Wait, what?
It was
like,
amazing tonight having a kicker in Grand
They
Union.
could-
Sorry, I just shifted there.
oh no, he was like he's kicking, like he's not.
No, he's our place kicker in terms of.
See, when Luke said
kickoffs
that,
and
I
all
was
that
thinking
kind of
like
shit.
a broke down play, and he ran it in from the 20-yard line.
the fact that he was kicking it into the end zone and getting us touchbacks to start the
Oh,
game.
okay, I see-
Instead
I
of
see
us
what you're
having to
saying.
fucking pooch kick and give them the ball at the fucking
Right.
50 on the last.
Oh
2
yeah, I
years.
saw that. What was that? Last year or the year before? Yeah, saw a
It
lot
was
of
the
that.
year before where we fucking gave them the ball on the 40 every
The
fucking
40
time.
every time.
But you know what? I never minded that because if you got a good kicker, you can kick it straight in the air. I'm knocking that ball loose.
Oh, no doubt. But that was the thing.
Listen,
is-
I was the wedge breaker. I don't give a fuck about
But-
myself.
but
So
when
you
you
think
give
I care
that-
about you?
But when you're pooch
We-
kicking, they have
we
the
can tell
opportunity
you were
to
the
fair
wedge
catch it.
breaker.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm in there. Throw me at somebody.
I was like, hey, Jesus, good kick. He's like, I just try to kick it over their heads.
so like we've talked about our kicker and like so I talk like an enormous amount of shit. Like it is relentless. Like this.
Do
the
I
words
not know that?
The words
Oh,
that I
the
have to
audience
say to
does
him.
it.
We've talked about that I might need to call a timeout before like a punt or a kick just to like
Just to talk shit to him.
Right,
talk
right.
shit. Like I mean, you don't want to. I can't repeat what I say to him, but
Right.
because it would not be looked upon kindly
Right.
by many that don't know that.
But we love that.
If I talk to a kid like that, like
We love that from a
I'm
coach player
joking.
standpoint. We love that.
yeah, like I'm joking, but I will allow it back. Like,
Right.
I'll allow it back as long as we're joking. Like if it gets serious, I'm not allowing it. But like you know what I mean? Like
Right.
I want to call timeout sometimes just to get him revved up.
So maybe that's
I
not.
see the right
Damn,
kicker.
I
he
can't
has
even come
he
see
has
y'all.
West Side tattooed across his chest.
Hmm.
That reaction from Cliff was priceless on that shit.
I love this kid.
He's already an interesting figure because
That's what I said. We gotta get him on the podcast.
No kids on the podcast. But what I will say,
He might be 18.
He had to be 18 and out of high school.
No, not until he's out of high school.
Oh, yeah, he's like a junior.
I will say that I'd love to have some of our former players on. There's one in particular, Quilly, if you're listening. No.
Oh, Quilly.
Quilly Billy. I would love to have Nikhil on. Nikhil would be my first pick. Gabe would be my second pick.
Gabe would be ridiculous on the show.
My
but
problem
Quilly,
is,
for sure.
my problem is my wife has the hots.
Who is Gabe? Who is Gabe? Kinsey? Is that Kinsey Sent?
He
Klingler's a bit of a hillbilly.
Yeah, no.
Love them.
Klingler's a bit of a hillbilly. He was my boy.
Love them.
Probably the best defensive lineman I've ever
Listen,
coached.
I told you, Mike. I told you when I went down into
Full
West
circle, he
Virginia,
ground and pounded somebody.
He did. He went full mount on
Full
some dude down in Cincinnati and fucking.
Listen,
he got on top of the center and he was straddled over top of him, pounding the kid's face in. He got ejected for it. So full circle back to Cobra Kai.
and they only got 15 yards.
No, he got ejected.
He did get ejected. He was out against
He got
our
ejected
rivals
for that
the
one
next
and
week.
the next
Oh
one.
no, he got ejected. They only got 15 yards.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, man.
But what I was saying before we even get to Cobra Kai, on that hillbilly note, when I went down to West Virginia to fight in that tough man,
Gabe was probably there.
Listen, the Confederate flag wearing hat guys was the coolest motherfuckers there. It was the motherfuckers in the polo shirts that you were like, oh, he has a problem.
I'm wearing a polo shirt.
But you don't got the West Virginia attire. So
That's why I wear the polo shirt every week, Cliff.
Listen.
Fuck
Jesus.
You,
Listen. But I will say, since Mike, you want to talk about Cobra Kai, the fight scenes were weak.
I go back and forth. I think there are some that are okay, but I'm with you.
Miguel, it does good in fight scenes. Hawk does good in fight scenes.
But
the rest of them are trash.
You don't like Robbie in the fight scenes?
Who's Robbie?
Robbie
the
was,
Ken with the long hair.
Yeah.
He's not. He's a Power Ranger.
No, I completely agree with that.
I'm
actually
like,
completely on the same page with you on this.
When you look at Miguel and Hawk, they fight aggressively. Like, it's even Miguel, because you can tell Miguel doesn't want to hurt anybody. He's just fighting. But when you look at him, it's like an aggressive style. Everybody else is just kind of...
Well, I agree with you in the first season. I'm curious to see the second season. Like, I know the daughter gets involved and like she's fighting too.
Oh, so you aren't even okay.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm only like 1 episode, 2 episodes
so
into
there's another girl.
season.
You haven't seen the girl that is the rival to the daughter.
Well, is it the girl from the first season, the bigger girl?
No, it's a
so
little blonde chick.
There's a new girl. Okay, I haven't seen her.
And she like roughs Robbie up. Like, she comes to the gym and.
Oh, I like that. All right, yeah.
Yeah, you haven't seen a lot then.
No, like I said, I'm only into the
second season was more drama than fighting.
And that's kind of what I've heard. So
the last episode was like the grand finale where it was fireworks. And like I said, if your boy Miguel, not to spoil alert, but if your boy Miguel comes out with a rap CD like Drake,
I hear you.
I know.
Well, and I'm curious to see because they're actually filming season 3 right now. So season 3 will come out in 2021.
Well, let me say this: Miguel may or may not be in it.
Okay.
Let me say that they took.
I love how Cliff,
they take it there.
When you say "let me say this," like you're asking for permission.
Right.
You know he doesn't ask for permission for anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, even if you say
like,
no, don't say this.
Ever gonna talk over you? Like it's ever gonna happen?
Mike said it last week. I said, listen, I don't care. Look, if you didn't say this, I still have to say this.
Yeah, right. It's coming out no matter what.
Right.
Let me say this. No. Could you imagine? You'd be like, bullshit. I don't care.
That's the attention grabber. Listen, let me say this. And then people are like, what are you going to say? And I say,
I feel like it's almost as important as allegedly. Like, we might need that as a soundbite as well.
You're not
wrong.
Listen,
Michael.
You're not wrong. Let me
say this and listen and allegedly.
Cliff,
Those
I'm
are
just
my
going to give
three.
you an app on your phone that you can press buttons that it'll either say allegedly or let me say this.
Show me, and I'm with it.
Do
And
full
I'ma
degree
just-
app. Let's make it
Right.
happen.
Right.
What had happened was
Right, all that.
And,
We
and,
need
and
all
one of the,
that.
you know what, Cliff, you know what one of the other buttons would be?
What?
I just read you can laugh.
If you give me that button, then you got to give me the fake laugh too, where it's just like, so I could just hit you with the. That wasn't funny, but
I know. And, you know, my players have given me shit for years about the fact that I can laugh and not, like, move my face. For years, I've gotten shit about that.
My stepdad's been watching the podcast. He said, "Tell Mike I can't stand the way he laughs in the middle of explaining what he's saying." He says you do that all the time too. Like you'll explain something and start laughing in the middle of explaining it.
First of all, fuck you, Mr. Taylor.
Oh, yeah,
Second of all,
did you do that too?
I do.
I said he does do that, doesn't he? I never
do.
noticed it like that, but
He's
he
not.
does
I
do
mean,
that.
well, and this is another one of my lines. He's not wrong.
Right.
Like,
Listen, you might just
Yeah,
need-
there you go. See, there's one of your buttons.
give me the
Right.
sound button.
He's
and
not
I'm gonna
wrong.
be-
And first of all, can be
You
one
gonna
of them.
see this all
First
day.
of all, can be one
all
of them.
day long on the podcast. You're gonna see this. What do you say?
do you have
Yeah,
one of those
it's-
like those iPhone C's that are like $25? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
No, this is XR, sir.
Oh, is it?
iPhone XR.
See a color. A
It
color
is.
phone.
It's very ugly yellow.
It is.
That's the
I didn't
thing.
think they made the XR in ugly yellow, but
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
very
they
ugly
do.
yellow. But you know, I
How
raw
did you go
dogged
for
it.
yellow? Like, was
Did
it
you
like?
rob
was it
somebody?
cheap?
Is that
If
what
I'm
you said?
being honest, this was a gift
Okay.
from my stepfather. One of
Okay.
his tenants messed up their phone and got the insurance sent to his house, and they never picked it up. So he was
Somebody
like,
else got billed for it.
he was
Right,
like, you can have
right,
it if you
right.
sure. Well,
Hey.
it wasn't reported stolen, and it's more than 2 years. The insurance was sent, so we waited long enough.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
You know.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I'm in there now. I got an XR. What was it? An iPhone
Allegedly.
7 I had last. Who allegedly me?
You damn well I
alleged-
did.
Oh, that was the sound bite right there. That's
Well,
the one
we'll
I
go
need.
back.
Right?
I'll go record it. But
Oh, I
what do
need
we
that
got?
right
We got-
there. That
this
was
is
it
the,
right there.
the 1:42 20-second mark. I will
Yep,
make
I need
sure I
that
grab
allegedly.
that one.
I might even need the what was that behind it. I
right,
need that.
right.
That was it.
Hmm.
But yeah, you're right. Allegedly, that's what happened. And allegedly, Verizon would be able to see that their
I love
phone's
how
on another
like,
service.
you decided that 2 years was the statute.
Right, right. This is the same.
statute. in
This
the
is
world.
Listen, if
Same.
you don't have an insurance replacement after 2 years, and you never picked up your first,
This
you
is
don't
the
care
same
about this
dude
phone.
that when we were 18 and he found a
Oh,
phone,
Lord Jesus.
a phone sitting in the parking lot at Easton, and we're driving down the road, and he gets a call on this phone that he picked up. It's like, oh, hey, man, you got my phone. He's like, oh, yeah? Well, tell me if this sounds like your phone hitting the freeway, and throws it out the fucking window.
Oh,
To be
wow.
to be honest,
That was a dick move.
Here we go.
oh, it was a very dick move.
Was it?
It
Oh,
was.
it was very
It
dick
was.
You also didn't hear how he asked for his phone back either.
I did
Right.
not. I just heard your side of the conversation, and I saw the phone go out the fucking window.
I'm with you. I'm with Cliff on this. I
Listen.
agree on this. I'm throwing it out the window too.
The fuck? Well, whose fault was it? It could have been on the freeway. You
Right.
left it where you left it.
Right. For all he knew, the battery died and he never found it again. So you reassured him that the battery was dead.
Maybe this is
When it hit the pavement, the battery was dead.
maybe this is his insurance replacement,
Right.
and I'm operating off of your dumbass karma.
Fucking 20 years
My
later.
karma been bit me. I've been shot. buddy. All you
man.
got was a phone on the freeway.
Hey,
Buddy.
it's probably like one of those old school Nokias that you played like Snake.
Oh,
on.
yeah, no. When this happened, smartphones didn't exist.
Yeah, no.
Like motherfuckers were
It may have been. It
rocking
may have been a
pagers.
razor though, which would have made me feel
razor.
sad.
I
The
don't
old
think it was a.
Motorola flip.
Listen, if it was a razor,
I
I,
think
don't
you're
think
right
I
though.
would have
The
threw
fact
it
that
out
you
the
called
phone.
the fact that you called it out as a Nokia, I actually think it was a Nokia.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
If it was a razor, you think I'm throwing it out the window? No, I'm
No, I
selling
don't
that
think so.
bitch.
Although I feel like it wasn't a razor, but I feel like it may have been one of those Ericsson. Like I feel like it was a flip phone. Because
Yeah,
I feel like you
you're right.
closed it and threw it out the window is what I'm remembering.
Oh no, I never closed it. I wanted him to hear it when it hit the ground,
Maybe
so
you're
he was
right.
still
Maybe
on
you're
the
right.
line.
Maybe you're right.
I still miss the
I was 12,
the push to talk phones that were on like Sprint. What the hell were those called?
You're talking about when Sprint teamed
Was
up
it
with
Nextel?
Nextel. Yeah, they
Yeah.
Sprint teamed up with
Like,
Nextel. Yep.
That was the
Now,
shit.
no, Sprint came out with one phone. I can't remember what it was only one model. I can't think of the name of the model. But if someone called you, it was a flip phone, but it had a camera too, and the camera had video. So it was like their new joint that came out. If someone called you and you hit like the silence button on the side of your phone and held it to your ear, you could hear whoever was speaking while the phone was ringing.
That's a
So if-
brilliant function. Why don't
It
they
was.
still have that?
It was. So if someone was like talking in their phone while the phone was ringing, you could listen to hear who it was before you answered the phone.
Like they're cussing you out because they know you're not picking up.
Exactly. Or it's a bill collector and they're talking about how they want to get your money and you're like, oh, I don't want to answer
No, I'm
that.
good. Thanks.
Hell no.
Listen, I can't think of the model, but I know exactly what it looks like. It was a flip phone with the speaker in the front, and it was the first phone that had the front-facing camera.
Okay,
Like where you could take a picture with your phone closed of yourself.
gotcha.
It was like 1/10 of a megapixel.
right.
Right. Right.
It was half
Who's
a
agreed on that?
megapixel. It was a 500 pixel phone.
Right.
Listen, back in them days, if he'd have known where I threw it out on the freeway, it might have still been in good condition.
Right, he might have been able to find it.
Right.
Dust that bitch off,
Nowadays,
let's go.
right nowadays, that bitch is shattered and through the roof.
Unless you got that OtterBox.
Listen.
I tell you what, that was the thing that sold me on the OtterBox was I was at the store, and the dude, it was a gay dude.
We used to dribble them bitches.
He fucking picked up the phone and threw it against the wall with the OtterBox on.
So-
It's like, I wouldn't
so
do that
Cliff-
if it wasn't good.
So going back to his iPhone C over there, Cliff will appreciate this about the OtterBox. So you know their website has a warranty. He already knows. I love it.
I used to sell cell phones. So I used to
It
be
has
like, "Now go on."
the OtterBox site has a warranty page,
Yeah.
and
You gotta enter the
if you
CVV.
tell them that your OtterBox broke, that it doesn't matter. You don't have to prove it. You just have to pay $5 for shipping and handling, and
Yeah.
they mail you a new one.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't buy one,
Right.
but they sell that shit at
Right.
they sell that shit at. I'm not saying I did that 2 or 3 times.
Allegedly.
But you go up to Best Buy and that bitch is $70 or
Wait,
listen,
listen.
$50, and I'm getting one for $5.
Right.
Hey, let me put y'all on the game. I don't know what gamers we got in here, but I'm definitely a gamer. So what you do is, I just got hip to this at the GameStop. You buy a brand new Xbox controller and get the warranty.
Wait, GameStop's still open?
Oh yeah, GameStop's still open. Buy the what is it? The $60 controller. Get the $10 warranty on it. It lasts for a year. At the end of that year, bring the controller in, whether it's broken or not. You renew it, and then renew the warranty on that controller they gave you, and you do it over and over again, and you never pay for the controller.
Oh no, I gotta get a hip to that then because
Yeah.
I fucking if they do that, do they do that with the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons?
I mean, I'm sure they would do it with other devices as well.
I'll have to check that out because the fucking Nintendo Switch controllers fucking they start doing crazy shit after
But the
about 6 months.
Xbox controller, it also comes with a warranty, and people don't know that.
Yeah.
So it's basically GameStop taking over their warranty and being like, "We'll do that for you."
Right. Well, and that probably means that you get it changed quicker because if you have to send it back to Microsoft, it takes more time.
Oh no, they give you the new controller right then and there. Like you say, my controller's broke. Here's $10 to give you the controller. You put the warranty on that, the extra 10, and then you bring it back within the year, and you got a new one. Stop playing.
I agree.
We just dropped knowledge on the.
Listen,
Right.
if the corporation is going to charge you, you might as well find a way to get over on the corporation.
You might as well, no doubt. Well, and I think that's actually it's so. It's funny we bring up Xbox because have you or are you planning to check out the new what is it, Marvel Avengers game?
You know what? I wouldn't be against that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick it up this week and check it out.
I wouldn't be against that.
I've heard a little bit of mixed things about it, but
Is it a co-op joint?
it can be. So there is a multiplayer function. It's mostly single player from what I've heard, but
Okay.
so I don't know.
Basically, what Cliff just asked: is there a shit talking section in the game?
Right.
Listen, there better be. That's the
That's
only
what
way.
multiplayer is all about, right? Like,
Listen, my game.
can I talk shit?
My game just came out tonight. You know, Michael.
Are you talking Madden or NBA?
What?
2K20?
Or
Are
what?
you talking? You're talking NBA 2K, right? You're talking
Yeah.
2K.
Just came out today.
But the problem with 2K and with Madden both is they haven't fucking changed the engine in 10 years.
I can't even hear you.
That's because we're getting too much noise from Luke.
Sorry about that.
No, it's
You
not
all
your
right?
fault. We
There's
get
a lot of shit going on over here,
I know somebody's in trouble.
and usually it's me.
Oh,
Right.
well, listen, that's just because I haven't been over in a while.
Right.
No,
Lord
Cliff's-
forbid they
Cliff's-
put both of us in
Cliff's
there.
got-
Normally, when I come over to Jeff's house, his dog's humping some little stuffed animal in the corner, and I'm peeping through the window.
Well, and usually when Cliff comes over to Jeff's house, he's hitting on Mary, so it's fine.
Right. And I'm rooting it, I root that some bitch on. Like, I mean, like, who am I to take that dog, for that little stuffed animal from that dog?
Okay. I understand now. We're on the same page. I was about to say, don't root me on. Don't you root me on.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like Madden and NBA 2K, like they haven't changed in 10 years. And I'm just like I don't get.
And if I'm being honest,
I don't get the
this-
buy it every year type shit. Like I'm not a fan of that.
yeah, if I'm being honest, this NBA 2K is my least favorite one too.
Well, and honestly, like with games like that, like if you want to do that, then fucking charge me $10 a year to update the roster or something.
Oh no.
not-
2K
you're not-
doesn't. 2K does it on its own.
Well, but what I'm saying is then like, what's the point of fucking buying a new game?
I get what you're saying. Especially this year because there was no draft. There's no NBA
Right.
draft. Nothing changed.
Tailbacks, man. Run the ball.
But I'm a sucker, so I play.
I hear you.
Is that bad?
Gotta buy.
Be out of trouble.
Well, and that's why.
where it's at.
Right. Well, and that's the whole reason why I'm interested in the Marvel game is that it'll give me something to do. I've been playing the fucking Assassin's Creed. Like I've been playing Odyssey.
Think of how long it'll keep you off Pornhub.
Well, Pornhub's
Not long
free, and
enough.
the game costs a little more, so I might lean towards the hubsters.
I always come back to that. I always come back to that $1 per entertainment hour.
Right.
Listen, Mike tried to get me hip when the
I
pandemic
thought it was
first came
pump
out
per second.
with the free shit. They talking about Pornhub Premium for free. Listen, I said I don't give a fuck. I'm good with the shit they give.
Right. What is premium?
Right.
But that brings me. Like, what is premium? I mean, now that you bring up the point, What am I missing out on?
Right. Explain, please.
What am I missing out on?
I will tell you that as long as
I can't wait for you to tell me.
For me, it's I have a debit card that is based off of like our I don't remember what it's called. It's called like a.
No, you don't get cash back for Pornhub.
No, but what I'm saying is there's a debit card that I have for work. Like if you get like referral points or
okay,
they call it like
referral points for Pornhub.
Right, you got it's a Pornhub debit card.
Hey man, you gotta hit this up.
Y'all killing me.
Put my code in.
I'm talking about. We have it's a system called Pass It On at work, and what it does is like you can award points to coworkers or whatever. That's what I use for my Pornhub account. Like,
I mean, shit. I don't even.
Allegedly,
I don't have an account. I mean, I don't even have an account. Like now, I feel like I'm fucking up.
Listen, I just got a YouTube account last week, and we've been doing this podcast for 33 weeks. The fuck I do? So Pornhub, I'd go guest.
And you've been doing Pornhub, and you've been doing Pornhub for 365 weeks.
Listen,
I like the fact that they know what I like and they shoot me what I like. It's fine.
Yeah, they shoot it all right.
And then when you clear that history, and you be like, "What is all this bullshit on?"
No, that's why you have an account. If you have an account,
you gotta get the page 11 for you like what you like.
You gotta hit incognito. That shit ain't getting saved to my history. Listen. Oh shit! I gotta log out of my Google account. This shit's gonna be connected somehow.
Oh, see, no, yeah, I'm with you. That's why it's always.
Oh shit! Am I on? What?
That's that Korean spy porn. That's that Korean spy porn.
I will tell you, my wife is giving me shit about the fact that my default internet browser on my phone is fucking private.
I mean.
Well, we got a kid, and I don't know if his devices are hooked up to my shit.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Malcolm, I will call out that Malcolm just acknowledged that he's losing 79-0 online on NBA 2K or something.
It better not. He can't. That can't be the right. It can't. He couldn't have meant 79-0.
I mean, all it says is I'm losing 79-0.
Right.
No doubt.
That's a guaranteed win, sir. That's a guaranteed win.
Every fucking time.
He doesn't lose. He doesn't lose on Pornhub.
Listen, I am undefeated, sir. I don't even know if I'm undefeated. I might have been defeated a few times.
It's kind of odd because you kind of feel
like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I'm not feeling it tonight. It's just not happening.
You're so disappointed in yourself. It's like I won, but did I just lose?
Right. Let me clear that history out.
How creepy as shit did I just watch?
Shit.
Search that shit.
Oh man, that is my guy right there.
I don't know how I went down that rabbit hole. I don't understand. Where
am I? I don't know how I ended up here.
Hey, the hole drags me in. That's all I know.
It's like the Bermuda Triangle of porn.
Oh man.
And then you try to switch it up. Like, I might go to YouPorn this week because hold up, is it gonna give me a better suggestion?
No,
right,
but it's not. But it's not.
Like I didn't know I wanted this step sideways shit. I didn't know
Here's the problem. Here's the problem between Pornhub and YouPorn is that it's all owned by the same parent company, so it's all.
Is it all the same news company?
It's all the same parent company. It's all the same parent company between porn. Wait. Pause. So this is the research I've done. Cliff, I know we've talked about this in the past. XNXX is not owned by the same company.
They're the underground.
They are. And then X Hamster is also not owned by the same company as Pornhub. But most sites are.
Oh no! Hey, we talking hamsters now?
I'm just saying there's a site called X Hamster that is not owned by
Why?
Pornhub.
No. Pause. Why do you know about this hamster site?
Listen, I know about the hamster.
Right.
So
Thank you.
I'm
Fools
not
agree.
I'm not gonna leave my nigga out there. I know about the
Damn.
I know about the hamster, but X and XX is the what do you call it?
You guys know about the hamster? We got 50-50 here. Damn, I didn't know about the hamster. Now I'm in the hamster. I didn't know what this shit is.
Oh shit. That's that underground. X and XX is the Wu-Tang of
We just got one called the Burning Camel. I don't know this shit.
Whoa there. I don't know that either.
I mean, it's not like I'm not Googling that shit 5 minutes after we get off this.
Listen, I'll be right there with you. It'll be
I'll be like, what is this motherfucking? Oh, that's what this shit is, huh?
he said
Oh, would you stop giving me all these goddamn suggestions?
that is
I
hilarious.
one pump a night.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
this is you giving me a whole week of work. You're piling on my workload. Please stop.
Oh man.
Like, that becomes the work. This is becoming work at this point.
Ooh,
I
shit.
thought I was comfortable. I thought I was in my zone with the suggestions and shit. I don't have an account. I didn't know about this. I am fucked right now. Like, I am mind fucked.
Did you miss the 3 months?
No, yes, goddamn, I missed that free month. I didn't give a fuck. This shit is all God damn it.
Time out! Time out! Time out!
He's fucking driving Cliff.
You killed Cliff. Well done.
I mean, god damn it.
Oh,
I didn't know
man.
about this free month.
Yeah, it's like right when the virus.
Right when COVID gave everybody a month of, oh my.
Yeah,
It
and
did,
was,
it
was
did.
like, oh, I see why I would attach my credit card to this.
I attached my credit card to this. Like, I
Well,
don't
and that's
know
the whole
if
point.
my
If you
bank
attach
account-
a temporary debit card to it, it doesn't ever bother you.
Oh my god! Not speaking from experience, I know a guy.
I mean, like, how many times have you been on the billing information page? Like,
I see. I don't understand how you get to the billing information page.
Right,
Like,
right.
I'm done by then. Like, how do you get to that point?
Oh man,
I can't get to that point.
this is gonna be a. I hope this is our regular in-season content. I'm ready to
Oh,
go.
we're gonna have a long season.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
We might have to pull this motherfucker down before it even gets posted.
Listen, it's that
Allegedly,
it's that Patreon.
allegedly.
It's that Patreon. We might need a Patreon.
We'll have to have a separate private show for the Patreon.
Nah, this
account.
ain't. Listen, we didn't get too egregious. This is exactly
No,
what
I don't think there was anything here that's. I mean, it's just funny.
And I'm
It's
still
all good.
holding back.
I
no,
understand.
listen,
Luke's
bro,
gonna have
hey,
to be on the after show. That's what
And
it
what
is.
the fuck do you think would happen if it was me and you every week? Get the fuck out of here.
No. We have to have Reggie give directions. See, that's what he
Listen,
does.
I've got to be able to reel things back.
Got to. Because Lord knows I can't listen, and you are the exact guest that gets a guy like me riled up.
Hopefully not too riled up. Because
Oh, no.
looking at my face and shit.
not enough to go hook up his
He
account
already switched
and
sites and
pay
shit
with the
on me.
debit
I didn't
Listen.
know
card.
about this free month.
Listen, you locked in, Jeff. You locked in, Joe. Don't worry about that. You locked in.
No, his name's
Yeah.
not Joe. I just want to call that out for our
Oh yeah.
It's all good.
That was a line from last
for our,
week,
for our
right?
Caucasian
Right?
viewers, his name's not Joe.
For those of you in Gahanna Public Schools,
What he said.
No, we didn't hear that. It's
Yes.
fine. It's
My
fine.
name is Joe. We're sticking. I'm with Cliff here. My
His
name
name
is
is Joe. His name's Joe. Joe.
Oh shit.
Joe Smith. That's what we'll call him from now.
Yeah, goddamn
You know,
right,
you know the
Joe.
problem is that you fucking put on your Zoom your fucking real name.
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
You're
Right.
lucky. In the live stream, it's hidden. You can't even see it, so it's good.
Oh yeah, he is. He's too far down.
He's too far
Yeah.
down. I've got the
This is
camera
like this
adjusted.
is just the top of the rabbit hole.
Oh man.
No, for real. Like, if you ever came to fucking camp with us over the last couple of years, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
No.
As soon as I start drinking, it gets rough really quickly.
Listen, I'm glad he didn't oblige us to your bachelor too. Then, 'cause, we would have been in jail.
You might have been.
Hey, from Reggie's bachelor party. Well, should we even go there, Cliff?
Right.
I walked home from 71.
No, you didn't.
You're goddamn right I did. Well, you guys dropped me off on the highway.
No,
No,
we didn't.
first of all, you
Yes,
asked
you
to be.
did.
No. You asked to be dropped off on the highway.
Well, first off, you already know that you don't oblige any of my.
I agree with that. Now, if I'd have known that, I'd have said, no, don't drop Luke off. But I was probably like, let's get to the party. Drop Luke off.
No, you were hanging out the car door.
No, that was Gordon.
Oh, somebody was. I don't
Yeah, it was
remember.
Gordon. Gordon was falling out the fucking car on the freeway
Throwing
to
up,
the point that the limo driver cussed him out. Like,
Yeah, he pulled over. And I walked from 71.
right,
That's
exactly.
not hey, that's not the first time that somebody's thrown up out with the door open on the highway with me. I feel like that's your own risk.
Hey, you know, and I live in North Linden, so it ain't like.
Whoa there! Where did we drop you off on 71?
17, it's fine.
I mean, that's whatever. I mean,
You know what? The freeway was probably the safest place.
You got it right.
And if I know North Linden, any freeway will get you semi close to where you need to be.
Right.
The next strip club.
Right.
Oh man.
Oh.
Goodness gracious.
You're mine.
All right, so we are at about we're past 2 hours. You want to go ahead and you want to wrap
we
this
past 2
up?
hours?
We are.
Like the end of practice, my hand.
God, what we didn't even entertain any of the chat. I don't know what was going on in the chat. I can't even imagine.
I mean, we hit up. Well, part of the problem was we weren't live for half of it, so.
Gotcha.
What does that mean, dude?
Oh, that is hilarious, though. I had a good time.
You're doing well, and
And
everything's
we'll have to do it next
You
week.
literally
We'll have
know
to do it
what
again
the
next
fuck
week.
is
If anybody
Sounds
wants to
like
come
you
over
turned
to
off.
my place next week, we could do a live premiere, or we could do another call-in. So.
No.
Maybe we're just gonna come over and crash one of your houses. I mean, just.
I
It
mean,
is
that's
what it is.
fine.
Anybody can crash my crib.
there's
I'm
a
by
bed-
myself, baby.
There's a bed behind me. Like I've got space. So if somebody wants to crash here, that's all good.
And you have high internet speed, so Pornhub's in.
Right. So if you need to do that, and just don't tell me about it. I don't want to know.
Right.
All that hamster
Keep it
shit.
off the sheets. There's a
Yeah,
box of
hamster, goddamn
tissues.
it. I don't know about.
There's a box of tissues next to the bed. You'd be all right.
Oh shit, that's a real Ritz-Carlton establishment.
Oh man. All right. So
At the Ritz-Carlton, there's a Bible, so you're okay.
that's true. You know, ordinarily this is where I ask.
Oh shit!
Ordinarily, this
Oh,
is where
shit.
I ask if you want people to find you, where can they find you? But I don't think.
No,
think
you
Joe-
can't find
I
me.
don't
Do
think
not
Joe-
find
I
me.
don't
Do not
think
look
Joe
me up.
Smith
You
wants
don't
to
we
know what you're looking
we
for.
off the grid around here, baby.
So, Cliff, you got it. Actually, you know what? We're gonna when we log off of here. If you want to chat for another couple minutes, we're gonna hop
I'll stay on.
my my private line. So Zoom meeting, my cell phone number, lowercase fools. Join us, and if you want to chat for a little bit longer, we'll keep going. But I think it's about time to close out the show. Cliff, you got anything to close us out?
So since I hated y'all last week on Thursday, I will apologize because I know it was just the weekly attitude. But while I will apologize, I know it's still some of y'all I hate out there. I don't know if you know who you are. I don't even know if I know who you are, but you still sit wrong with me. I want you to know that. So call, give a call, apologize. Maybe I deserve to apologize. Call, ask me to apologize. But I love everyone else.
So again, for those that are interested in joining the post game, go ahead and if you know me or Cliff, hit us up. It's my cell phone number is the meeting ID. Lowercase fools is the password, and we'll see you in a bit. But Luke, thank you for joining us tonight.
I appreciate you, bro. You're my brethren
it was
for
a good
sure.
time. Everybody that's listening to us live, I appreciate it. If you haven't, subscribe, notify, click notify, all that good shit. And Luke, you got anything to take us out?
Nah, just understand that sometimes we say some stuff so we can laugh at it, but it don't always mean it's true.
It doesn't mean it's true.
Listen, that's all we can do is laugh at pain.
Right.
Because there's too much of it.
Shit.
Amen. All right. Well, with all that, we appreciate y'all. Take it easy.
My new favorite episode.
Oh shit! They kept feeding me. They kept feeding me beers.